What's going on, Dragon Ballers? We're here with Scott Dashy, the wild, the infamous, the crazy Scott Dashy. What'd you do today, Scott?
I made second place at the Sunday ARG event.
Dude, that's not your voice. That's not what you sound like. So what'd you play today, Dashy?
I used mono red pan.
Mono red pan. So you're talking about this leader being a little bit underrated. So talk about that a little bit, why no one plays it, you think, and why people should play it.
See, I don't know why people don't run pan, but basically the whole idea came from Tim Palacios because at Nationals he topped with the deck. I played him previously to that day, and so that gave me faith that the deck was still good. Just by looking at the card and reading the card and all the cards that can synergize with it, you could tell that it's like a good deck. It's getting better every set. We can all admit that. It's getting better every set.
Yep.
And so, to me, it can beat everything. So it can beat every type of deck. Mill, hand control, rush, and everything like that.
So shout out to Tim Palacios, shout out to Shenron's Lair. Let's get into it.
So, unfortunately, because it was best of one, I ran these. Afraid of Sugesh, but it never came into play. It's just a vanilla draw card, basically, that I used here and there. But even if I didn't use this, I could probably still beat Sugesh decks because of Chain Zen-Oh. But oops, my mistake running this. I should have ran other black tech cards, but
yeah. But whatever. A lot of people played Broly yesterday.
Yes,
you got to be prepared for it.
Yes,
a lot of people played Broly at teams.
Yes.
Yep.
Next, to me, if you're running pan, you gotta run. If you're running like a red leader, you should run 4 of this. Because this card helps you awaken, and it also, the evolve cost to evolve into chain attack trunks, that has won me so many games. And opponents don't like realize it. Like I don't tap 4 out, I play him and then I'll evolve for 2 and then do some crazy stuff, but he's really good. And I would definitely run 4 of him in a red deck.
Yeah, you're gonna reset the board in the field anyway, so you put him underneath, so you don't draw back into dead 1-drop trunks.
Yes.
Any Kabas in the deck or no? 1-drop Kaba?
No.
Okay.
But I did. Okay, so now this I ran this super combo just simply because I like, because I awaken quickly. In this meta, if I'm playing like an Android deck or Storm deck, they're gonna attack into me, so I'll get the 4 life pretty readily. And notice how these are all Earthlings, so Earthling, and I also run Overwhelm. That's why I didn't run the Sparking super combo.
Gotcha. Both are searchable by a card in the deck. We'll talk about later.
Yep. Which is right here actually.
OP.
So Yamcha is a broken card. To me now, I'm going to be ignorant again and say that you should run 4 of this in a pan deck or in other type of decks, Yamcha decks. This can tutor. It's huge. It gets huge with Pan's Pump. You draw a card, then you attack. You tutor your Earthlings. You run enough Earthlings in this deck to usually hit, and it puts pressure on quite readily. The 2 cost is absurd and can synergize with a lot of other cards in the deck.
Yeah, it's 2-drop Goten, but it's a 15K, so on turn 2, that's really hard to remove off the board.
So pretty standard. Now, D&D Vegeta, just in case I don't awaken fast enough, I don't hit my Trunkses. Against Shenron doesn't attack, so I don't want them to awaken me on their terms. I want to awaken on my terms, so I want to drop this. This card is pretty strong with other cards in the deck. When I get to it, I'll let you know. But this card, you got to run this. I was going to run 2, but 3 was good enough. I wouldn't run 4, but definitely good card.
Got it.
I did not run the free blocker Giru. Last set I did run the free blocker Giru. This time I run Legic because in this meta people usually drop stuff and then they pass, and I usually I try to bait out so I can play this. If I chain Zen-Oh, for example, and then I attack with Zen-Oh and then they kill my Zen-Oh and I have no board, then on my turn they have their battle card on the board. I can play this and then go from there. Good blocker, helps win games.
Yeah, he can threaten and he draws you a card off your pan, but did you ever miss the free Giru against Storm or anything like that?
Yeah, that's where this would have came in. This could have possibly came in to be the Giru free blocker, but no, I ran enough Negates to help, but more, I like being comfortable in this kind of, this is Pan is like a control build. It's like an aggro / control. It's a really weird deck, but this guy, the fact that he, as you mentioned, can just draw a card if you play him for free, and it was a 20, really good.
Gotcha.
The championship pack, Vegeta, for board control. There's no board control in this deck other than Chain Zen-Oh, and so this card's really good. This card's better than Jiren. Sorry guys, but this card is better than Jiren.
Yeah, it's an undercosted Jiren, 5K combo. Yep.
Yes, he gets huge off Pan's Pump, and then also can swing twice.
Yep.
Just again, there for board control. Unfortunately, you're gonna get mad at me, guys.
Only one burst attack, Dashy, the best card in the game.
So I unfortunately cut stuff, cut things around, moved things around. I was like, oh, there shouldn't be that much hand control there, and if there is, I can bypass it because I have guys that can pump and draw. But I only ran one. I probably should have ran, again, I should have only ran 2 Cronoa and then a second one of this. But I should, normally this deck runs 2 or 3. And of course this card is absurd.
Hey man, we all make mistakes. We'll let this one slide, all right? Don't worry about it.
Thank you. Now this is obviously not a mistake. Again, staple card. This is a pseudo super combo in this deck because obviously you combo, comes into play, and you draw a card.
Gives you a body and draws a card. Better than like Unbreakable in this deck for sure.
Amazing. Again, shout out to Tim Palacios, Shenron's Lair. I was like, why is this scrub running this card? No, this is an Earthling. So Tim caught that. Tim, good eye on that. Yamcha, 2-drop, can tutor this. And this card is obviously really good with this because I can look at the top 2 first, decide which one I want to put in my hand, then I can draw a card. Really good. The win condition that isn't a win condition in this deck is, again, a broken card. This right here, this has won me so many games. This is one, like, I can still game so much with this card. This, when I have, like, any of my guys out, like, Yamcha becomes bigger, my free play Vegetas become bigger, my leader becomes bigger, and it just, like, this applies so much pressure. I recommend running at least, you gotta run at least 2, 3. I'm running 4 because it's just so strong. It's a barrier blocker against Storm, and it can seal games, especially if you use chain attack with it to play it.
Yeah, I can definitely see 3, but I also can see why he's played 4.
And again, obviously, I'll just do. Let me just
get the package out right there.
Yeah, so
whip it out on the table.
So 4, obviously, you can evolve. And obviously, you can play any of your other guys that I showed here and apply a lot of pressure, or you chain Zen-Oh. I'm only running 3 because 4 is too much to me. I usually draw into this, and so to me, you have to run chain Zen-Oh in a pan because it makes the whole deck like function. Again, once you chain Zen-Oh, it's like a troll deck at that point. You just keep pecking at them until they die. Yeah,
a lot of people think that with like the new set coming out, we're going to be moving away from Storm more into like a Gogeta Shenron format. So what do you think about like a deck like chain Zen-Oh or any variant of chain Zen-Oh coming into like a Gogeta 7 supposed meta?
I still think they're both toxic. I don't know.
They're both toxic, but you're playing it, guy.
But I think that, again, like, I can chain Zen-Oh usually faster than they can Gogeta me. Hopefully. And so if that happens, from there I should win. I just, like, Gogeta is obviously really strong. I didn't play against it today, but I played it in the past.
Do you think it's broken?
Yeah.
You say everything's broken, but it is super duper broken.
But this is a necessary evil. Gogeta is kind of like beyond that level. So I just like this deck better because everything synergizes better. I don't know. Gogeta is kind of, I don't know. I like the underdog type decks.
I hear you. Paying the underdog.
Yeah, I consider underdog guys. And of course 2-hit.
2-hit. You wish you played more, right? You said.
Yes. I would have cut Cronoas for more of these. This did come in handy. Obviously, I won a game because of it. I won numerous games because of it.
Nice.
Another staple you should run at least 2 of in the deck. It's really strong. And then again for extra cards.
8 negates. Talk about this.
I had to because of Storm, Veggies. Red has some really strong negates. In case you didn't know, like this card is absurd with this leader because
like
it sends beans. Negates a big attack, then you beam for the whole turn. It like pretty much wipes their whole turn. They can't apply pressure after that. And then this card, if you are, I'm gonna say something ignorant again. If you are running a red leader, you have to run 4 of not 1, not 2. You have to run 4 of this card. This card won me numerous games today. If you tap out late game and your opponent tries to go for game and doesn't know what's going on, you could ruin their whole plan by messing with their board and their plays, and then you just went on the swing back.
So how do you use this card against Storm? Because I know a lot of people they use it to kill Bardock, so they just use it to kill the Gotens because their opponent won't swing at the Bardock. So how do you get to play around Storm by playing this card?
Well, again, if you play someone who's like really really strong using Storm, they're gonna play around it. But in general, you have to kill Goten and Bardocks with this card. But you want to force them to have their guys on the board and then attack with their leader and then pretty much negate their leader's attack and then kill one of their guys on the board. But if if the opponent knows what's going on, they're gonna attack with all their guys first.
Looking for the 2-for-1. Look for the 2-for-1.
But this is definitely really strong. This to me is better than blockers because they can't hit it out of your hand. And I always kept a 1 red energy open always. Just to
always play conservatively.
Really really strong. And again, 8 dead cards versus all these cards I can combo with. It's a good just a good mesh overall.
Yeah, just like a lot of blue decks, 4 Negates, 4 Beans. So that's the deck profile. So I know you want to talk about a few things with ARG here, so let's talk about that.
Okay, guys, look at this prizing right here. Look at this. This is prizing for the one-day event. We had like what 40 players, 36, 40 players, something like that.
What is that? Like 90 packs, $100?
So I don't know how many packs this was. This is like it might have been 100 something. But you get $100 cash. Yes, they did cash. And then I got all this. This obviously translates to cash, and this, if you need cards, they're all in here. So you guys missed out. You guys need to go to some ARG events, PPG events, go to whatever events you can to support the game.
Yeah, you got
support the content creators.
Support the content creators. Go to the events, guys. Definitely. This is some awesome prizes by ARG. Thank you guys again over at ARG. Thank you guys so much over there doing all the hard work. Appreciate it. Woo! Woo! All right, guys. That was Scott Dashy, and we'll see you next time.
Hey, welcome to the end card, and thank you so much for sitting through that. Because honestly, I'm just doing this until they make a Digimon trading card game. So if you like Dragon Ball Super for some reason, give it a sub up above. Maybe check out some of our other content. And do not forget, Digimon is way better than Pokemon. With that being said, we will see you next time.